people who just don't believe in it, or they think it's silly, or they've never had an experience. Because sometimes I'm afraid to tell people, hey, I've had some weird experiences, because
Yeah.
I know their reaction. I'm going to get the eye roll, or, I'm going to get
Yeah.
the, okay, whatever, Sarah.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that people who don't believe in it haven't had an experience, and I think that's the problem. And I, I don't, it's we're all different, and the kind of going theory in the paranormal right now is that we all vibrate on a slightly different frequency. And so that's why some people have paranormal experiences and some people don't. That's why some people see shadow figures or full body apparitions, and other people just hear noises and voices and things like that. So it just depends on what frequency you're vibrating on. And that kind of crosses over to the way physics and science is going now too, with the string theory and the multi dimensions and that type stuff. So to
I'm
me,
a
that kind
quantum
of
physics geek. I geek out on for quantum physics and quantum mechanics. So yeah.
yeah, and I just love when you can actually tie hardcore science, to the paranormal, because the paranormal is not anything we can prove yet, and that's what we're working towards. But the fact that everything is on a spectrum and a wave, and even light, sound, it's all vibrations and it's all waves. And so it would only make sense that we are vibrating on a certain frequency, and each person is slightly different. And so that's why some people have more paranormal experiences than others. I think it also comes down to being taught out of it when you're a kid, because I think we all have this inherent like intuition and empathy, that we can feel other people's energy and we can tune into that. But I think if you come from a family of parents, especially parents, because they have the most influence on small kids, when kids come to them and say, I have an imaginary friend, or this happened to me, and the parents kind of just dismiss it because it may scare the parents. They don't want to admit that something paranormal is going on or their house is haunted. So I think that shuts down that part of the kid, because they're taught out of it. And so I think a lot of people go through that because like I said, it scares their parents or whatever. I was lucky to grow up in a family that kind of fostered it, because a lot of my family had lived in haunted houses and had experiences when they were kids and grown up. And so it was something that was talked about and wasn't shunned in my house. And so I've talked to other people who didn't have like a spiritual awakening until they were adults, because they were taught out of it, and they were told, no, you're not seeing anything, you're not hearing anything, go to sleep, whatever, when they really were having experiences. And so they kind of shut down with it until they got older, into their 20s or whatever, and got more into it. And the paranormal is one of those things. If you talk to anybody who is knee deep in the paranormal like I am, the more you look into the paranormal, the more it looks into you. And so, especially when you're going to seek those experiences out. But yeah, I think a lot of people are just skeptical because they never had anything happen.